Hello and welcome to ShanghaiEye. I'm Wang Ying.
Hello, I'm He Jian. When it comes to sports, Shanghai is no stranger to the spotlight. And 2024 was a big year for the city. Now let's dive into some of last year's highlights with Zhang Yue and see how these sports events are helping to turn Shanghai into a fanatics paradise.
Shanghai is starting its stuff on the global sports stage and is dead set on becoming an international sports mecca. And that's not just a bunch of talk, it can walk the walk.
The city hosts a slew of A-list international sports events. Take the Shanghai International Marathon, for example. Every year, it's like a carnival of endurance, where runners from all corners of the earth lace up their shoes and hit the pavement, sweating and smiling as they meander through city streets.
It's amazing, 30,000 people and it's such a seamless experience. It's incredible.
The 2024 Shanghai Marathon is the only marathon in China that is a candidate for inclusion in the Abbott World Marathon Majors.
It's a first step on the journey for Shanghai as a candidate event, and the team here have done an amazing job at this year's event already.
Then there's the Formula One Chinese Grand Prix, where the roar of engines is music to the ears of motorsport aficionados. And don't forget the first ever Formula E World Championship in Shanghai, where you don't need to wear earplugs at all.
So quiet.
Other than it's the biggest EV market in the world, which is incredibly important, the biggest motorsport fan base in the world, and just an incredible place to come and race.
And of course, Rolex Shanghai Masters has produced some of the most epic rallies in tennis, where Swiss legend Roger Federer returned for an exhibition doubles match.
Just to see Roger Federer play and hit some balls is a really special thing because he's the most elegant player ever.
The F1 Chinese Grand Prix and the Shanghai Rolex Masters achieved combined revenue of 520 million yuan in 2024, a record high. For the very first time, the Shanghai Longines Global Champions Tour ran until 9 p.m., allowing spectators to watch the action at night at this newly built futuristic-looking venue in Pudong.
We started 10 years ago, and we are very pleased that they have a vision to bring something like this. Obviously, Europe has more history, but China is catching up very, very fast.
Some city-developed sports events have also popped up, covering basketball, cycling, and virtual sports. The Meta SVS 2024 Shanghai Virtual Sports Open featured virtual rowing, cycling, racing, skiing, and golf, alongside new additions like jumping rope and soccer.
You might not be in the same area together. Through virtual sports, you're able to still compete. So I think it's really important for building a stronger community of schools together in the region.
目前我们还在考虑像虚拟舞蹈啊，包括可能虚拟跆拳道、虚拟无人机这样的一些项目，我们可能会有更多的国际运动员参与到我们全年的赛事当中来。
International Olympic Committee President Thomas Bach had nothing but high praise for Shanghai during the Olympic qualifier series in May 2024.
Shanghai is a place in the city open to the world, and we know Shanghai, the people of Shanghai being passionate about sport, so therefore it was somehow a no-brainer to decide where we would go first.
All these events have been a magnet for top-notch athletes worldwide, turning Shanghai into a hotbed of sporting excellence. But it's not just about the big names and high-profile competitions. A total of 60 million yuan in sports vouchers were issued in 2024 by the Shanghai government, an initiative to encourage more people to take part in different sports.
Shanghai also continues to spruce up its sports facilities. They are even being squeezed into the most unexpected places, like underneath elevated highways, in the nooks and crannies of parks, and on street corners.
特别是像我们这样的运动，它是需要场地有一定的层高的，所以说对于我们这种极限运动来说特别合适。然后它高架下面也不会淋雨，所以说在下雨天我们也可以去训练。
The vibrant sports scene has locals all fired up. It's a 24/7 fitness fiesta, and everyone is invited.
像 I 人啊的话，自己的话就是比较适合这样的一个场地，然后包括它后面也会有更大的一个场馆，然后很适合我们不同的这个网球的爱好者去学习吧。
With all these options at their fingertips, The people of Shanghai are jumping on the fitness bandwagon faster than you can say touchdown, goal, or slam dunk.
A short while ago, I had the chance to catch up with an old friend of mine. His name is Mark Thomas, and he has worked as a sports consultant in Shanghai for more than 25 years. In our conversation, he shared some of his insights on what Shanghai can do to better attract more high-profile sports events. Good to see you, Mark. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Jason.
We've been knowing each other for over 2 decades, I believe. Actually, it was back in early 2000s when China, actually Shanghai, personally held the Formula One here in the city, and you are a part of it. So was that the beginning of your sports career here in China?
No, actually when Formula One came here 2004, I'd already been in China for 10 years. And I had started my company, a sports promotion marketing company, back in 1999. But Formula One, I think, gave me the first opportunity to grow into a bigger company, because it was, I'd say, one of the biggest sort of sports events to come to China. I had a background of growing up near the Silverstone circuit, so I knew quite a lot of people in Formula One. So it gave me the opportunity to, I think, build my reputation a little bit and have a bit of fun.
What can Shanghai learn from UK, from Silverstone, to commercialize or to make this event more influential internationally?
Yeah, I'd say firstly, I think it comes from a very good footing. If you saw the race in 2024, basically had a sellout on the race day. So that was really encouraging that the sport is now popular enough to sort of fill such a major facility as Shanghai International Circuit. But I think what's lagging behind is the consumption around sport, how much money people are spending. And I think one of the interesting things and challenges for China going forward is how to further develop that fan base so they can be more passionate and then consume more around the sport. And I think that's something that will take a little bit of time, but it's certainly something from a commercial point. If I was the promoters, I'd be looking at that quite strongly in terms of optimization of revenue streams across the whole event.
I've just recently read about a study released by the Shanghai University of Sports, ranking the competitiveness of the sports industry of different cities in the world. It finally turned out that Shanghai ranks 30 in the world. Right after Beijing, Beijing was 29, and the first one was London, definitely London, then New York, then Los Angeles and Paris and Tokyo. But in your perspective, if you are the one to judge index, the list of sports index, a city with international influence on in sports, where is Shanghai?
Well, Jason, I'm massively biased. I would probably put Shanghai #1, but I have bias built into me. But joking apart, Shanghai has all the elements of being what I would call the perfect city host. Firstly, it has a government that understands the value of sport and therefore sets a long-term vision of where it wants to take sport. So I think that's really important. And on the back of that, it has the infrastructure. It has great roads, great urban transportation, international airports. It has the infrastructure to service that, but it also has fantastic facilities. So it has the hardware that you need to have sporting events. On top of that, I believe it has the sports software. So you talk about Just Events. I mean, that's an organization that has supported the Shanghai government in delivering those events, and the quality of management and service and delivery for me is truly excellent, as good as I've seen anywhere in the world.
I suddenly also remember Cincinnati Masters. They have a small office with 3 clerks taking phone calls internationally, booking travel, accommodation, and the services, the travel services within the 2 weeks of that tennis tournament. They make millions of dollars from selling travel packages. That's what Shanghai is now doing to fully taking advantage of the sports events. Not only selling tickets, but also the tourism packages, hotels, accommodation, tickets to Disney, to every tourist attractions, so that we could generate more revenue for the development of the city's economy.
It's very interesting because you sort of touched there on what is one of the big trends in sports. It's a shift to what I call D2C, direct to consumer, and it's incumbent on sports events and rights holders to now understand what a consumer wants, and then firstly collect the data of that consumer, its likes, its wants, and how to package those sort of things. So I think it's inherent on an event that you must understand your consumer and then start to deliver real packages, whether they're tourism packages, hospitality packages that deliver what they want.
Thank you so much, Mark. Wish you all the best and hope to see you soon.
Well, you will see me soon. Thank you, Jason.
In today's Shanghai A to Z section, we provide a guide to feasting on lamb in Shanghai. Lamb is a Chinese favorite during winter as it sticks to your ribs and keeps you warm. Whether you are new to lamb or a seasoned enthusiast, here are several places to tuck into a savory dish and satiate your hunger. First up is Zhangqiao Village in Jingshan District. It's also known as Lamb Village. The preparation technique of its lamb dishes is recognized as intangible cultural heritage. You can sit down for a meal in the village or buy some lamb and bring it home. Jingshan also hosts a lamb festival between November and January. Our next spot is in Putuo District. Zhenru lamb is a celebrated delicacy that dates back more than 200 years to the reign of Emperor Qianlong during the Qing dynasty. This dish comes in two main styles: braised and white-cut lamb. One more for you, Qibao Town. The old water village in Minhang District is known for white-cut lamb. It's a favorite spot for locals who like its succulent texture. So if you've got a hankering for some lamb, there are just a few of our suggestions. If any of our viewers know of a place that serves up some quality lamb, feel free to let us know in the comments. And now it's time for the ShanghaiEye Q&A, where we search our socials and answer some of your questions. Today's question is from William from the United Kingdom. If I have a permanent residence permit, do I need to apply for the foreigner's work permit? Well, William, the answer is no. If you are a holder of a 5-star card or a permanent resident, the work permit is not required. Anyone else looking to work in Shanghai is required to register for a work permit that will be issued by the Exit Entry Administration Bureau. If you've got a question for us, you can find us on all the socials.
We'd love to hear from you. You can find all our content online as well and join us here on Dragon TV Monday to Friday.
Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.